everything in life, even morality, right, is subjective, right? It's a bold statement, but it is. And art and anything else falls under that in my belief. There's only a select amount of people in the world that get that emotional response from music or art. A lot of people don't get that. It elicits any kind of response from you, whether it's a visceral hate or whether it's adoration or whatever. I'm doing my job as a musician, as an artist.
Thank you so much, Ricky, for having me at your shop. Requiem.
Hell yeah.
Right there, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I can say that, right?
What?
That we're in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Yeah, okay. Las Vegas,
like you want people to know that you're in Las Vegas.
Sure, come get a haircut.
Come get a haircut. So, right before we were recording, I believe this is the first time we've ever physically met. We've talked through Instagram. Mm-hmm. We have mutual friends, which we're talking about. But I know you looked different years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't remember ever meeting you.
I have the worst memory as well. We share our mutual friend, Andrew. So, I mean.
Brian Ireland, he's the drummer for Something Corporate. When I had met him.
I remember that.
Randomly in Austin, cutting his hair at the salon I was at. We were talking. He's like, oh, I also play drums in a band. I go, oh, what's the band, And he's like, oh, Something Corporate. I'm like, I know who that band is.
Yeah.
He's like, you do? And then it turned out that we knew all of these people. We both had lived in South OC. Mm-hmm. We were trying to figure out how we never met each other.
Weird.
And it's very possible that this is one of those same situations where you and I talked to Andrew enough, where we heard enough about either of us through him that it may have felt like we have met.
Probably.
This is my only recollection of us meeting.
Wild.
Right now.
Yeah, same.
So thank you so much.
Of course.
Not only are you a very skilled barber.
Thank you.
You call yourself barber or hairdresser?
Yeah, barber. I'm a barber, yeah.
Licensed as a barber.
Licensed as a barber, yeah.
There is a licensing difference. Basically, he can take a straight razor to your face. Mm-hmm. I cannot. Legally.
Legally. That doesn't mean
It's legally. That's what I say. Like legally, I'm not allowed to do that. But I'm out here with Hanzo for a work thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this would be really cool if you were in town. Because you'd been on tour. That's another thing. Mm-hmm. You're the singer of the band Ov Sulfur. And you spell it the way it should be spelled.
Yeah.
O-V.
O-V.
Because it should be off. If it was O-F. But O-V makes sense.
It's strange. There's a lot of meanings behind it too. And I originally thought it was like, I could say like, original voice O-V and then sulfurs in hell, original voice in hell. Oh. That's the kind of whole thing we were thinking about when we were brainstorming it. We don't really that was kind of just like a funny little coincidence thing or whatever, because a lot of the themes in the music is kind of like that, know. But plus it's a metal band, you want it to be all like, So but yeah, Ov is also like true cult, they say.
Oh,
OV, like black metal and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
black metal, originally coined by the song Black Metal from the
band.
Venom. Venom, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you seen the documentary Until the Light Takes Us?
Yes, I actually have.
Have you seen Lords of Chaos?
Yeah.
I like both of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think what's nice is if somebody doesn't want to watch a documentary, I would say like, look, if you're interested about this particular period of Norwegian metal music, watch Lords of Chaos. And if you want to see how accurate it actually was, watch the documentary because it will blow your mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The documentary is way more wild.
Well, I know a lot of people that were involved in that scene and about it have just, I guess the Lords of Chaos is just, apparently it's incredibly inaccurate.
Really?
And apparently, according to them, it's a lot of wrong information, wrong viewpoints from what they say. Who knows? I wasn't there. I don't know. I just
was reading about it in Metal Hammer magazine.
Oh yeah.
Going, what the fuck are these Vikings doing? Burning everything down. Your band has come near me in Austin, Texas. I think you played once in Austin and I didn't even know you were playing. I think I found out that you had played Austin like 3 days after.
I was
about 2 years ago.
I think Come and Take It is in Austin.
Yes.
And we've played there a few times, but when I'm on tour, I'm so bad. I never half the time I don't know where I'm at until that day. And it all bleeds into one, and I never even really have time to tell people that where I'm at or whatever. So,
and I don't go online enough to see what's going on. I don't look up, hey, who's coming to town? You know.
And you're probably also busy because you do this, you cut hair,
you
travel
for
a lot,
hair cutting,
and you teach. So I mean,
yeah, I have a lot going on. But the thing is I do try to get out and see friends when they're in town. You know, when I can. And so I reached out, and thankfully you were not on tour. And you were like, yeah, I actually finish up around 6. So this is for me after hours podcasting. I usually film between the hours of 10 and 2.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, because where I have it in the room where there's window, I get really great soft light. And so I try to film within, or I get to use this nice, beautiful filler light, right? So anyways, and you said, yes, I'd be down because you have long hair and you don't know who to trust with long hair.
Yeah.
And I'm a fellow long hair. So tell me, what are we doing with your hair, man?
I want you to do your magic basically and clean it up and make it, make it nice, if you will. Trim it up.
What's nice for you, dude?
Nice is just, it's probably a whole bunch of different lengths right now.
Okay. Have you been cutting it yourself?
No, I had my wife trim it for me, and she does a pretty decent job.
Is she a hairdresser?
No, but she's worked in salons since she was younger and been around it.
No, she's in car insurance. Yeah. that would be like the perfect
segue. Great, right?
Yeah.
So she does a decent job, you know. I just would really like to have it cut by a professional.
Okay. What are you digging right now about your length, other than the actual length, and what do you want it to do? Because you also have this skin undercut.
Yeah.
So you have this.
I did that because the sides just kept breaking. My hair breaks a lot.
Okay.
And I also put it up in a really tight bun when I work out and do stuff like that. But normally normally my hair is it's curly like this everywhere. Right now it's not because I had it up and I was working out earlier.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I know it'll rise.
Yeah, shrink.
It'll shrinks a little bit.
Like going into cold water.
Yeah. Like exactly. Yes, George Costanza.
It's
Seinfeld.
cold. It's cold.
It was cold. So I'm down to take a good amount off. To where it's still. I don't want the Lord Farquaad. I don't want the helmet head. No.
Well,
no Spaceballs for me.
Any gentleman who's ever had a man bob is always the villain in the movie.
This is true.
I discussed this with James Schaefer, creator, who's the long blonde haired guy for Dr. Squatch, like the spokesperson. When he was on, and he was like, he had the same thing. Like, I'm like, think about it. Gone in 60 Seconds. The evil English dude.
Yeah.
Had a bob. Lord Farquaad had a bob. Some people say he is and he isn't. I don't know. I would say, I feel like Professor Snape for a good portion of that movie is kind of the villain.
Yeah. In the beginnings of it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even Dark Helmet, his helmet is kind of like a bob.
Exactly.
Is it Dark Helmet or Darth Helmet? Darth Helmet?
I think it's Darth Helmet.
Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Dude, Rick Moranis is amazing.
He's coming back for the second one they're making.
Yeah.
The entire full cast is coming back, except for
John Candy.
John Candy and Joan Rivers, who played Android.
Yeah, aren't they doing like a child of John Candy? Are they doing that?
His son's going to be in it.
His actual son.
I think it's his son.
I hope so.
Apparently, I forget the girl there's a girl she's supposed to be like the newer generation of Dot, which was Joan Rivers' character when she was the robot.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, though. I haven't really.
Is it another female? Is it another comedian?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know her name. Probably have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm excited though, because Daphne Zunga's going to come back and everybody's coming back.
That's great. So we're going to so here's what I'm thinking. Let me quickly just smooth your hair out.
Yeah.
Because I know more or less where it will probably shrink up.
Awesome.
I want to do that, and then we'll get this good, and at the very end we'll clean this all up.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm about to go on tour in a month. So
in a month?
Yeah. In the beginning of November. So, if you can make it to where it can still look pretty decent until then.
I can absolutely do that. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be easy to straighten up.
Look at that rat. Yeah, my hair also knots a lot.
Yeah, so. Curly hair and knots, it's not like an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been a barber now?
I started cutting hair in 2012. So what is that, 13 years?
Rad. What got you into doing hair?
Music.
Explain.
So I would be on tour and I would come home and I wouldn't really have a whole lot to do because I'd only be home for a few weeks. That was with my old band.
What was your old band called?
Suffokate. So,
also known as quite of a, would you say they were like one of the cult underground metal bands?
Yeah.
Like a band that I don't know much about your band, but I've had people talk about your band, and the impression I get, and again, this is my impression from other people talking, so you can settle this immediately, is that it's like one of those bands that people don't realize how cool they are until like they're not around. Does that make sense? I feel like I knew more people talking about the band after the band wasn't like doing stuff.
Suffokate.
Am I wrong on that?
No, I think a lot of it too is there's a resurgence and they call it MySpace deathcore.
Okay.
Which is what Suffokate was part of. I would consider it more like beatdown before beatdown was a thing is what the new genre is, where it's more hardcore and death metal kind of mixed together.
Hardcore and death metal.
Yeah, deathcore, but
okay, so
heavier. Yes.
What okay, first off,
I know there's a lot of subgenres.
Let's just say you've never listened to any of these genres of music.
Okay.
And you're more of a mainstream, pedestrian metal listener, right? It's funny. Like, I would love to interview James Hetfield, right? Any of the guys from Metallica, right? Like, Metallica, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, right? With music. But when people say, like, oh, you like heavy metal? And I'm like, yeah, I do. They go, oh, like Metallica. And I'm like, Metallica's kind of like the easy listening of metal for me. So like
different.
Well, I mean, look, if you're comparing Metallica to Cannibal Corpse,
see, there you go.
Which, if no one knows who Cannibal Corpse is, all you have to do is watch Ace Ventura. And the rock band that's in that movie is Cannibal Corpse.
Originally he wanted Napalm Death.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know that he's a huge metal guy. Which makes me like, I knew he was so cool.
There's an episode of him on David Letterman where he does death metal vocals.
That's so good.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Speaking of death metal vocals.
Yeah.
I used to be in a death metal band, which awesome. I played you some of the.
Yeah, it was great.
The music.
You were only 16.
Yeah. With my Max Calvera style voice. Have you ever done an interview where the person asking the questions was asking them in the style of death metal? And then you have to answer the questions also in death metal. Have you ever done this?
No.
So if I ask you a question in death metal, at any point of this interview, you have to respond in death metal.
I could try.
We could try.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I don't care how loud it is. Some guys are really loud. Some guys are not really, really loud. But I think that I'm just going to like randomly put that in the interview.
Yeah. I mean,
got to keep you on your toes.
I don't very much often talk in the vocal I do, so it might be interesting. Well, I might end up sounding like Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse or from Death Clock.
Death Clock.
Which that might be interesting as well, So, but I'm down to try it.
You might start unlocking like death metal spoken word poetry as well. You could be coming up on something completely new here.
They actually do that in one of those episodes. Of Metalocalypse, and he loses his voice at the end of it. He's reading Shakespeare. Yeah. And by the end of it, he has a scarf on and he's like, I think he's reading Hamlet.
That's funny. He has a scarf on because that's what you do?
He has a scarf on and tea because he's losing his voice and he has to like whisper at the end of it. Yeah, it's really funny.
Oh, God. I thought it was just because he was trying to get into character.
No, I'm a nerd, bro. I like a lot of weird stuff. I don't even know how many people know about Metalocalypse anymore.
I always thought they based the singer's image off Peter Steele of Typo Negative.
I mean, you could be right.
I mean, he looks just like him.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I mean, yeah. I remember hearing that they, like a lot of musicians would guest as voices in the show. Like I think Corpse Grinder, so George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse did it. I know the Metallica guys are in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from what I heard, Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown.
Yeah.
He was based off of the guitar player from Kiss, Paul Stanley.
Oh no.
Yeah. that, and then the way, you know, mix it with David Lee Roth with the leotards and the high kicking and stuff. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I had heard.
Dude, there was a fun time of those cartoons, like a really fun era.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that and Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, Meatwad, man, and Frylock.
Dude, Glenn Danzig.
Yeah, dude. He buys the house next to him.
Hey, man, I'm running a little low on blood. You tell your blood guy I need a little bit more. That, and then, did you ever watch the movie?
Wait, maybe. Is that the one where they have, who's the band that's doing the opening and it's the snack? It's like at the drive-through, the snack thing, and it's like a death metal version of it.
Yeah, I don't remember who did that, but
was it Cattle Decapitation? I don't remember.
I just loved how they did the Neil Peart drum solo live to like bring him back. And I was like, man, whoever are these writers, they're having fun.
Amazing.
All right, your hair's straight. Let's start cutting.
I've never seen my hair this straight before. This is wild. I don't even look the same. Wow.
All right.
Crazy.
Like, I think I brought the whitest things into the building today.
Well, yeah, I mean, my suite is one big dark room essentially.
Yeah.
You know.
And cape's white, shirt's white.
I like this cape though. Might want to start changing it up and making my capes white. Look how well you can see the hair.
The whole reason.
That's amazing.
I like wearing white because in the salon, no matter, like, I've never encountered a client who had hair so white it was indistinguishable between me and their hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and if I do, whoever their colorist is amazing because it's that light and not breaking off, which is kind of like a rare thing.
Oh yeah. I have to cut a lot of people's hair and they've like bleached it at home themselves.
Oh no.
This, that, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Ooh, are those the dry cutting shears?
Yes, these are.
Those are nice. I had a pair for a while that I was trying out.
They can be yours for the low price of like $3,200.
Yup. I remember my rep told me and I was like, oh shit, maybe. Am I okay to curse? Sorry. I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
My thing is that I do so much dry cutting anyways that it just became, it was like, because I do tease for Hanzo, right? And so what will happen is somebody's like, oh, those are very expensive. I'm like, look, you're going to be spending money one way or the other. Either on a shear that's designed to be cut on dry hair or a scissor that's not designed to handle the toughness of dry hair. And you're going to have to spend it on sharpening.
Yep.
So you're spending money one way or the other. It's like when clients come in and go, I don't want to cut anything off, but their hair is fried and it's just breaking. I'm like, it's going to end up on the floor. Either I'm cutting it to look like it's designed to be a certain look or it's going to break off and look like shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to end up on the floor.
Well, I bought my Hanzos almost, I mean, a year after I started cutting, I bought my Hanzos and I still have them. Yeah. And I still use them.
Yeah. Andrew's actually the one who turned me onto them.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
All right. So we got our long hair here. Should we, you want to take it? Do we want to take it here or here?
Oh, that sounds fine. Did that work? Does it sound like Nathan Explosion? Oh God, I'm sorry.
I had to do it.
Did that work? Cool.
Yeah, that does. It's just, it's so ridiculous.
Sick. Oh man. Everybody's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh God!"
They're like, how
he just talks like that.
How dumb are those guys? All right, so we're gonna keep the lathe alongside. Cool. Do you want any like layering going on in here to kind of like give a little bit more movement, so it's not just like a triangle,
so
like a curly triangle?
I was gonna ask you. So obviously my education is more so in barbering, which is more short hairstyles and stuff like that. I don't really know a whole lot about longer hair. I am learning more, but since I do have a curl. My understanding would layering it give it more would it make it more would it accentuate the curling more?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down to do it. I mean, like I've been growing it out for years and I've never done it. Like I said, I don't really trust too many people with my hair to begin with. And I don't really know a whole lot of people here that I would want to experiment on with it. But I mean, I'm kind of in the palm of your hands right now with your hair genius. I know you do really good.
All right.
If you want to, it's up to you, buddy.
Let's try it out.
You know?
So I don't want to give you layers. I don't want to give you like short layers. I think it's just to kind of like, if I'm pulling this all out, right?
Yeah, just doing
take off that a little bit of that corner. So because if I layer it too much, you're not gonna have any hair because you've shaved half of it off.
Oh yeah, that's a good. I didn't think about that.
I did.
Yeah. Hence why you're the specialist.
I'm not the specialist. I'm just a guy who's cut hair a little longer than you, man. That's all.
It's true.
Just a little longer.
Yeah, because that's gonna mess how it falls. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not taking like a lot off, but it's just like.
I mean, the ends are probably.
Yeah, they're ready. They're toast. They're dead.
But yeah, I grew it out. I just wore a hat. Yeah, right. I just wore a hat for 2 years.
I did the same thing, man.
Yeah. Awkward stage sucks.
Yeah. So so tell me about the band. All right. So Ov Sulfur, death metal band. Is it death metal? Does it deathcore?
So it falls in a lot of these weird subcategories and the metal purists, if you will, or the music elitists.
I just go, it's heavy.
I just call it metal personally.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think metal, all encompassing metal has a lot of different sounds to me. I mean, but we are considered a deathcore band.
Okay. What's deathcore?
With metalcore elements. Deathcore is just like a heavier version with breakdowns and heavy kind of guttural vocals. But even that has its own subgenres. It's wild. That's why I just call it metal. Because I sing, I scream. We have catchy, singy choruses, or we have really heavy death metal parts, or heavy hardcore breakdown type stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of, it's one of those things where it's like people are going to try to put it in all these different subgenres, and I just say metal,
So,
yeah.
Ooh, is there, how long has the band been around now?
So I began looking for musicians during COVID.
Okay.
Because Nevada wouldn't let us work because of the lockdown. So I had nothing to occupy my time other than like powerlifting, which I used to do like crazy, and just hanging out at home with the family. And I had no creative outlet because I consider hair a creative art and an outlet,
Yeah.
And you're like me, you're a creative person. So when you don't have an outlet for that, you kind of
go fucking crazy.
Yeah. And I was just breaking my body doing powerlifting, just going too ham. So I just decided to start doing it again for fun, which is wild because I never thought I would come back to music after I left, because I left it on bad terms.
Oh, wow.
Very bad terms.
Oh, do you want to go into that?
Well, it was just me and my old band. We didn't really see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. Me and the drummer of that band, and something happened, and he just kind of said I wasn't a contributing member, even though I was. And we just got really heated, and rather than, going up 8 hours away to where he lived and getting into a physical altercation, which I very much thought about doing, I just decided it would be best for me to part ways and go into doing hair, which is a good segue to how I got into hair. You know what I mean? We were talking about earlier. I just got over getting to do something I was passionate about, but being miserable the whole time.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then, the barbershop was always there, and I hung out at the barbershop, and they were like, you got a good eye for shape. You got a good eye for haircuts and stuff. And you're good at those two things. You can be pretty successful and look the way we do. True. And, plus you seem like you're into hair.
So you just started doing it just for fun, and you're like, you know what, this is a cool thing. And you now, do you write any of the songs like musically, or are you just strictly the vocals?
So I've sent voice messages to my guitar player before about, breakdowns in the songs, like the halftime stuff.
Yeah.
Or like cool, things like that, or helped with melodies a little bit. But my guitar player, who's also my partner with the band, we started it together. He's just he's very, very good at kind of knowing what I'm saying, musically as it is. So technically I've but I don't know.
You can't actually play guitar.
I can play guitar.
Oh, you can.
I'm just not up to the level of the stuff we play.
Got it.
Yeah. I took it for 4 years in high school, but once I found the microphone, it kind of just all fell away.
Yeah.
I sang in elementary school in the choir and stuff, and stopped doing that for a long time and focused on guitar. And then with this band, they heard me do singing vocals instead of the extreme vocals and wanted me to sing in it. So now I do.
That's cool. I remember seeing some people talk about oh shit, where you been hiding this whole time? And I was like, dude, how do you go from that to this? How do you prepare your voice to go from so guttural and distorted into pitch perfect clarity?
Well, I don't know if I'm pitch perfect. I try, but I grew up singing. My dad was very musical. He used to sing around the house all the time. My uncle was a professional musician, so I grew up going to his shows. So I was always doing some kind of singing or listening to singing.
Yeah.
So it would just be kind of like emulating my dad. Actually, my dad used to quiz me on what bands were on the radio whenever we would go anywhere. I had to know the name and the band, like the name of the song and the name of the band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was mostly classic rock stuff, but like a lot of other things as well. And I don't know, I just was always singing, and then I learned how to do, the gutturals and the.
What was the first music, like first band that you were trying to match that to? Because I always think it's like for me, the band for me that like got me into like that style of music was Fear Factory.
Nice.
The way Bert would scream. And then he'd be able to sing. Like nobody, until that moment, I never heard that.
Never heard it before.
And I still think that they're the ones who really started that screaming and singing. Because I think their Soul of a New Machine came out in like 92.
No way.
Yeah. And so they were doing that on the song Martyr, where he goes, "Suffer, bastard." Like that was the first time I had ever heard that. And I heard that in like 95.
No shit.
So I don't know of a band who was doing that extreme of a guttural sound and then going right into singing. For me, I put them as like the catalyst.
Yeah, let's see. The first band with any kind of screamy type vocals that I listened to that I was trying to, I guess, sing with would probably be like Rice, back when they had a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Identity Crisis or The Illusion of Safety, those two albums. I think it was Identity. And Illusion of Safety. And then from there, I started getting into more like Under Oath stuff or like Bleeding Through, all of those kind of bands. And then Killswitch Engage. And I was just like, wow.
You know what's interesting about Killswitch Engage is like when they first came out, I remember I saw a photo or a video. And I was like, wow, that is like the first time I actually think the singer will fuck you up.
Which iteration was it? So Jesse was the first singer, and then they had Howard Jones. I'm sorry.
I think that's the one.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And then he left, and now they have Jesse back again.
No, it was Howard. Because when I saw a video, and he's like, he looked pissed,
big dude,
and I was like, oh, he looks like he's going to do whatever he's saying he's going to do, which is like during the 90s and late 90s, especially definitely late 90s, early 2000s, when rap and metal were like combining. You remember this. You're just a few years younger than me.
Anthrax did it with Public Enemy.
Exactly.
And Aerosmith did it too
with RNDMC.
Yeah.
But I just feel that there was a lost element of not getting DMX with his voice to do something with one of the bands.
That would have been rad.
Like, could you imagine like Korn featuring DMX? Like a breakdown with like the way DMX raps. He doesn't have to even do it in metal. He just has to do
yells.
Like a breakdown metal rap.
That would be sick as shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Never will happen. We can do it with AI though.
That would have been, I mean, AI's coming. We all better just be prepared. But I can say that I do have, I think people in our industry, we're safe because I think we're a long way from haircutting robots that can actually do good jobs.
Yeah, I agree about that.
So,
I agree. You know, the thing is, everybody's always like freaked out now about AI, but we've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and you're like, you like Data, you like him. He's a great character.
He was awesome,
but he's fucking AI robot.
Yep, 100%.
Like you grew up watching the Jetsons, you went to Judy, not Judy. Was it Judy Jetson? No.
Yeah.
No, not Judy.
I think Judy was.
No, Judy was the actual person. Who's the robot? Who's the maid?
George Jetson. And you had. I don't remember.
Betty? Betsy?
I do not remember.
I don't remember either.
Dude, I haven't watched the Jetsons since I was young.
Yeah.
I remember the movie they put out with Spacely, and they had the Spacely Sprockets guy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I feel like they made Spacely Sprockets like somebody had like access through the looking glass, if you know what I'm talking about. Like they're able to like see into the future.
Maybe.
And they're like, there's going to be a human. His name's Danny DeVito. and we are going to build a cartoon character that looks just like a man that has yet to be exist now.
Oh my god!
Because they look exactly the same.
That's what. Yeah.
If they ever do a live action Jetsons, they need to get Danny DeVito.
100%.
Because he's him.
100%. I mean, I think they missed it. They should have done a live action Jetsons. That'd have been great.
That'd have been fun.
But I think it's a time and a place thing.
Well, they tried it with the Flintstones.
I liked the first one.
That was great. I mean, they did a great casting with Goodman.
Yeah, and they had Rick Moranis, who was
perfect
legend, and then they had Rosie O'Donnell played. Get her name now.
I can't remember any of the names.
Yeah, it was Fred. It was Fred Flintstone. Betty.
I was going to say Fred and Ethel, but that's I Love Lucy.
Yeah. And that would have been sick.
Anyways, back to the music.
Oh yeah,
do you have ADHD?
I have ADHD so bad. They actually told me when I was a kid that I would grow out of it. Which I grew up honestly until I got with my wife.
Yeah,
we've been married 8 years now.
Congrats!
Thank you. She and honestly, probably until a few years ago.
Yeah,
when a lot of those videos on you're not on social media much, but there's a lot of these funny videos of people trying to do things with ADHD, and you drop everything or you'll hit everything accidentally. Mm-hmm. That's a thing, and I do that all the damn time. My wife's like, "Yeah, you didn't grow out of it." So now I've fully embraced that I still have it badly.
Oh, I know I totally have some sort of that. And
we're all neurodivergent.
I think if you look at all the people who are like advanced civilization through culture or art or music or anything, we're all probably neurodivergent.
100%.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're boring.
Yeah. It's funny because I love words within words.
Okay.
So like, extraordinary could also just be extraordinary.
Yeah.
And people, that's extraordinary. Like it's this amazing thing. I'm like, that sounds like extra basic.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh wow,
super boring.
Do you notice that a lot?
I notice those things a lot. Yeah. Like people use words like that's supernatural. And I'm like, supernatural sounds like it's like extra natural. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like it's a ghost or a werewolf. And they go, ooh, the supernatural. I'm like,
I wonder if it's in the pronunciation, like supranatural.
Maybe, but like the way it's spelled, I'm just looking at the way it's spelled.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you look at it, if you just like look at it, you're like extra and then ordinary.
Oh, yeah. As we go into a tangent about a different thing, we definitely have it.
Yes.
Dude, we definitely have it. Yeah. I was on Ritalin as a kid and my dad took me off of it because he's like, you just weren't you. So.
I had a bass player and anytime he was on it, he was like this zombie.
Yep.
And anytime he was off it, man, he was awesome. He was like the life of the party. He was so funny. He was hysterical. The minute he was on it, man, like we actually would have to tell him like, Adam, before we play, it's like, yeah, I'm like, you have to like not take it for like 2 days. It would take like 3 days for it to wear off. And he's like, I'm going to try. I'm like, please. Because one time he took it at a show. I've never seen him more mild-mannered on stage ever. He's like, you know, like how Chris Novoselic would just kind of like move on stage like in Nirvana, just kind of like this. And I'm like looking at him like,
what's going on?
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
I don't remember this guy in the band.
Well, yeah, it's like, I mean, you're probably like, you know, we're pretty close in age. You know, I was a child of The Simpsons basically. And they had an episode where Bart gets diagnosed with it and he takes Ritalin. I think it was The Simpsons. Yeah. And he's just all weird. And he's like, the milk in the fridge has gone bad. Oh no, that was King of the Hill. Oh. My bad. And he's like, the milk in the fridge is going to go bad. Bobby Hill is. And he's like, it just went bad. And just they're boring. I think they did it on both episodes. Both Simpsons did it, I think, too. And so did King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I mean, that's Mike Judge. He's a genius.
It just came back. I watched the whole new season.
I have not. I was just really
It was decent.
I was glad to see the Beavis and Butthead movie that they came out a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's where they're like time traveling.
Oh, it was
from
amazing.
The future and shit. Yeah,
from the past,
and they have the different iterations of them, and they're bold. It's just so good.
Like Beavis and Butthead from like 1998 or 1999, going to the year 2022 or something. And I was like, only Beavis and Butthead will be able to tackle these culturally social things of the time.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
Well, they got a new season coming out now too.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, it's Mike Judge year. Like he's just dropping all this shit, you know.
Did you see, what's the movie? Idiocracy?
So I have been told to watch that movie for 10 years at least, and I finally watched it.
Yeah.
Wow. That was an interesting movie, man. I didn't know that's where Crocs came from.
Right?
I love Crocs. I don't care how ugly they are. I love Crocs.
Well, that's the best part is they said like, oh, you know what? No one will ever wear these. They're so ugly. And that's what, if you watch Idiocracy, everyone is wearing sweatpants and Crocs.
That's what I live in on tour.
I was going to say, if you go into any airport, that's 50% of the people.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not under the age of 14 either.
I saw this. I was perusing the internet or whatever, right? And I saw this guy, and all of his videos, like on YouTube or on anything else, is what men shouldn't wear or shouldn't do, or this, that. This really like average looking guy who like is like, oh, this, and that. And he's like, I saw a video. He's like, guys should never wear these pants, and it was joggers. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I live in joggers, man. Shut up. This is great. And I am totally manly man, whatever, dude. Give me a break, bro.
I think they just rebranded sweatpants.
Yeah.
What would George Costanza say about joggers?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. What was
it?
I watched Seinfeld, but I don't remember that specifically.
Oh, he said they were talking about how like they wear sweatpants in public. Like, did they give up on life?
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember. It's been a minute. Yeah. I used to watch it with my mom.
Dude, I love Seinfeld.
She would fall asleep on the couch and I would continue watching.
Seinfeld
was great.
I started learning Swedish by watching Seinfeld. I was in Sweden with my friends and they're like, have you seen this show? Like it was new to them. It's been off the air for like over a decade.
Oh, yeah. Okay, easily, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all watching it and everything is all subtitled in Swedish. And so I'm like trying to read and like learn the language. So yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, and I was like, here I am in Stockholm, like watching Seinfeld, and we're all laughing about.
Oh, dude, I love Stockholm.
Dude, Stockholm's
awesome.
Dude, it's totally. Why is it that almost all of my favorite metal bands are from Sweden?
Because Sweden's awesome.
I heard they grow up learning all have to play an instrument in school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why there's so many musical bands, like just like so many great musicians come out of Sweden.
Oh yeah,
it's because that. And then in pop music, somebody said like it's this like the Swedish dichotomy of like dark lyrics and happy music, or happy music and dark lyrics. They go because we're like a land of like either it's sunny or it's dark. Like there's really no sunny and 75, 300 days a year. It's not Southern California.
Yeah,
it's either night or sunny.
I mean, yeah, like I think of all the times I've been there, it's been the two extremes of the weather.
Yeah.
Either we're there in the, in the cold, or we're there in the, the hot, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, relative hot, I do live in Vegas.
Yeah, really hot. So you started emulating the, like you started getting into it because of like bands like Thrice and Under Oath. And then where did it go from there? Because like I feel like we all have this thing where we get into the band that's like our gateway drug to heavy land.
Oh yeah. So I was just talking to my guitar player about this because our songs are just a mixture of everything. We try to mix a lot of stuff, Yeah. Because we'll have like people who are haters who are like, oh, they sing blah blah, and it's like, shut up, dude. We like everything.
Meanwhile, these people also can't growl.
Yeah, exactly. or I mean,
or play an instrument.
And it's oh yeah, I get the bad ones.
It's all right.
But I'm trying to think of the heavy band I heard first. Actually, I started getting into like Atreyu.
Okay.
Like, so I went that way. And then from there, like, I mean, I was, I started getting into wasn't Cannibal Corpse. That was later. But
Aphasia.
I started listening to a band called Vehemence.
Okay.
Or Vehement. Vehement or
Yeah.
whatever, but the name, and they're from Arizona. And I listened to this album they put out on Metal Blade called God Was Created. And I liked it because the art was like this total, like, almost like alien. It was just really interesting album cover, right?
Okay.
I hadn't seen anything like that before for like the death metal side. but when you listen to their music, it's like not typical death metal. The guy does like gnarly growls, but a lot of it is kind of like slower, pretty sounding music mixed with these gnarly vocals that are about crazy shit. And, you know, and obviously I had like my new metal phase. I think everybody in that time did too.
What do you consider new metal?
Korn. I was never really into Limp Bizkit. My best friend was, so I listened to a lot of Limp Bizkit with him because he was into it.
Secondhand Limp Bizkit, right?
Yeah, exactly. I liked Powerman 1000.
Can I tell you, I saw them in their heyday.
Powerman?
Yeah.
No shit.
1999?
When worlds collide, bro.
Yeah. Talk about this lineup. The first band was a band called Dope.
Yeah.
Second band was Static X.
Yep.
Headliner, Powerman 5000. It was
I'm jealous.
It was so good. It was amazing. And I recently saw Powerman.
They just toured.
My friends were on tour with them, and not that they weren't exciting, but like I will say this: I don't remember the songs being played that fast ever. Like they were way faster live.
I mean, you know, plus you're gonna have that early on core memory of what they sounded like compared to now. Plus, maybe they've gotten. I mean, you know, bands do get better over years and years of playing. So maybe they just decided to play them faster. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, the other thing I was also thinking of, like, maybe they also can't play as long of a set.
That's also a thing,
and so, like, maybe if you're stacking up the bands with, like, there's like 4 openers and then you're the headliner.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting a little bit slow. So they're trying to maybe cram like one extra song in. I don't know.
Speed up.
I just was like, man, my wife's like, she knew the song. She's like, this feels really fast. And I'm like, I got in the car and I was like playing it. I'm like, yeah, like it feels faster.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't
doubt it. But so I listened to a lot of that stuff, or like, you know, I kind of do, like, I honestly, and I know we're kind of jumping from thing to thing here, but I grew up on all kinds of music. I was really into like punk for a big portion of my
like
high school
pop
career.
Punk, like Blink.
I like pop punk now, and later on I did, but no, I was like into like oi and dirty street punk and like that kind of stuff for a long time.
Yeah,
and then that was another way. It always kind of segued into metal, like, and then I got into the Exploited, and they put out a more metal sound. They went more of a metal direction.
It was like
into
Cro-Mags.
that stuff. Cro-Mags was sick too. I played with them a long time ago. But like, it would just always kind of go back into the heavier stuff, you know, like it's kind of weird. And like, you know, from heavier punk into hardcore and kind of metallic elements, but with more punk hardcore. So it's like, it's weird. It would all kind of just go back into it, you know? And then I started getting into really like heavy stuff like Deicide or Vital Remains.
Deicide was like, I was a late bloomer to Deicide.
Oh, dude. Glenn Benton.
Oh yeah. His voice is great.
You know,
but the riffs are cool.
Oh yeah. That's why I like Vital Remains when he got into it. It's just really gnarly subject matter.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say half the time.
Yeah, dude.
So here's the best part about metal. I've always said metal to me is the most like kid-friendly adult music. Because like you don't know what they're saying. And I have 2 little boys, and they get a little you know, they do jujitsu, the testosterone's flowing at 6 and 8. Yeah. You put on any metal, they don't know what they're doing. They're just screaming. They're like,
my son loves metal, man.
Right? Oh yeah. And so
his favorite band is a band called Ice Nine Kills, which I have friends that play.
My oldest, his favorite band is Falling in Reverse.
Oh, there you go.
So he got to meet Ronnie when they came to Austin, and he was like,
yeah, he's probably freaking out.
Oh yeah, he had a great time. This is also their first metal show ever. Like they
cool.
had, who did they see before that? Oh, I know. I took him to go see the sound check of the Killers.
I love the Killers, dude.
Yeah, because they were in
Brandon
Austin.
Flower?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Brandon sent me a text like, "Hey man, we're playing. You want to come down?" I'm like, "Okay."
Dude, I'm a fan of that band. Cool shit. If you talk to me like, a buddy of mine is in a really heavy band that you would never expect, but loves your voice.
Well, he used to live out here in Vegas.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I would come out to cut his hair about every month.
Oh, that's cool.
So, so when he came to Texas, I was like, hey, I want to take my kids. Talk about. Have you ever seen the Killers live?
No.
Okay.
Never got the chance.
So I think there's like bands, and I'm going to go off into a little bit of a. I'm going to get on my soapbox. Okay, good. I think there's bands that are a really great way of like representing a genre, a large genre. Like when people say like, what's your favorite band? I'm like, for what? They go, what do you mean? I'm like, when I think of a rock band, like a rock band, like rock, not subgenre. I'm saying rock, like something that you're gonna hear on the radio.
Yeah. Mainstream.
Just like, I guess you could say that. Great, popular songs that could probably live on for decades after, the band breaks up or they're all dead, And I'm thinking like that's going to be in the same thing of like that era of like The Who or, great songs, stuff like that. Yeah. I tell everybody, you have to see the Killers.
Really?
Yeah. To me, when I see the Killers, it reminds me of when I saw Bruce Springsteen. There's something about the charisma of Brandon and Bruce, and they're friends, by the way, that there is this thing where they go out there and they put on a killer show and they don't need a lot of
other stuff.
No, it's like when I saw the Eagles, it's them and a lighting crew, like a normal light crew.
Yeah.
There's not like CGI and pyrotechnics, and there's not, they're not doing all that stuff. And by the way, those things can definitely add to the thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, certain bands don't need it and certain bands make it part of their whole thing. Exactly.
Like Kiss.
Yeah.
Like Kiss.
Never saw Kiss. That'd be crazy.
Kiss is great. They write great classic, like those like harder rock songs, right? But you see them live and you're like, okay, this is cool. Like it's more than just music. It's an experience. It's a thing. But if you just met a great rock band, it's like the Killers are that band. Like they are that band. And if they play here again, you have to go see them.
Well, the thing about
that great.
Thing about it is a lot of people, I had to reference it back, but a lot of these music purists and other people like that, they like to talk bad or down on some of these bands that are popular, or that have, but like they don't know the science in music. Okay, like there's science with song structure. There's a science behind repeating choruses as many times as you do.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that stuff, and that's why, like in my band, we use a lot of, they call it pop structure.
Yeah,
and
first chorus, first bridge,
and you repeat the chorus 4 times at the end, or 3 times at the end, or however much you end up doing it, but you repeat it.
Yeah,
and the reason you repeat it is so it sticks in your head, because when you hear something repeated, it only stays in your head half the amount of the times that you hear it. So that's why you repeat it, so you can, you know what I mean? And like, it works. That's why these bands are so memorable. That's why these bands are so, you know what I mean? Because they're doing that structure.
Yeah.
I love pop structure. I love pop music. I love popular rock. It's all great.
Well, also some of the biggest pop songs, the whole song is the same exact notes. And then when the chorus, it's just a verse over the chorus notes. I think like Since You've Been Gone is like that. The Kelly Clarkson song.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I think it's like almost the same riff the whole time.
There's these 3 guys. I saw a video of it. There's these 3 guys where they play, like they say all of these popular huge songs all have the same.
Isn't it Flight of the Conchords?
Maybe I
remember that.
Not the one I'm referencing, but I wouldn't doubt it. And they start playing all of these different, like they start playing the beginnings of these chords, and they're able to sing all of these other melodies over them.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just this like
I
universal catchy thing that'll stick in your head, and people talk down on it like, oh, it does this and that, but like, I don't know, man. The proof is in the pudding, and look how well these bands are doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the song "Zombie" by the Cranberries is exactly the same chords as "Disarm" by Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, there you go.
And they're both hits.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I don't know. I had one person ask me one time, like in an interview, what are your guilty pleasure bands?
I was just going to ask you, what is something that people would be so surprised that you not listen to because your wife likes it or your kids, not like with listening to Baby Shark, and something that you like listening to, that you go, I love this, and I'm going to dance like nobody's watching.
Well, so my answer to this is kind of interesting, and it's the same thing I told this other person. I don't have any guilty pleasure bands because I don't believe it's a guilty pleasure to enjoy music.
Oh, that's the best answer.
Thank you. Like, I don't, if you like it, then why should you feel guilty about it? Like, but I mean, so as far as, I guess the most off the wall one.
The one that I would be surprised that you like based off of the music you play.
Okay.
And what I know your horror movie aesthetic that I would be like, really?
Let's see.
I'd be like, Jewel.
It's so
surprising.
Hard. Let me see. Well, damn, this is really tricky because I'm trying to think of the most off the wall one because I listen to so much music. You ever heard Isley?
Yeah.
So if I were to, you know my views on things. If I were to die and go to heaven, if you will, right?
Yeah.
And I heard the choir of angels singing.
It would be her.
It would be Isley.
Isley.
It would be all, but like the 2 singers, the 2 sisters harmonizing together.
Yeah.
Like if people haven't heard Isley, it basically is the most angelic harmonies I've ever heard. So I listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
Or like, this is so hard because that's not really that outlandish.
So like one of my favorite things to listen.
Paramore. I met Haley and she was incredible.
I never got into Paramore. I was also never, they came, a lot of the pop punk.
Newfound Glory. I like Newfound Glory.
Punk adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into.
Bayside. You ever heard of Bayside?
Yeah.
I have the biggest Bayside tattoo in existence.
Really?
It's my entire thigh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos you regret getting?
No, honestly, because they were important to me or funny to me at one time. So. And
after this, can you and I get a tattoo together?
Maybe. I don't know.
I was thinking like right over here on my bikini line.
I already have some there, so you'd get it there. I'd have to get it someplace where I have an open spot.
I was wondering if we can get one. It's like, best friends when we put our
yeah, dude. I have a bunch of matching tattoos with people.
Oh.
Me and my buddy Trey, he played guitar for us for a minute. I have a tombstone on me and he has a tombstone on him, and one says we ride together, we die together, bad boys for life. Yeah, he wanted to get that.
That's funny.
Like, let's do it, man. Oh yeah.
How's your hair feel?
It was great.
Run your hands through it. Let me know how it feels. When your hairs gave me a hair splinter.
Oh, I get covered in those.
I know.
This is incredible. Holy crap.
Does it feel better?
This is wild.
But see how we got rid of that triangle?
Yeah, dude.
So what I want to know is, these pieces are just longer. What I want to know is, should we layer this up so it gets a little bit more like that when it gets curlier? Or do you want to leave it a little bit longer? Because sometimes like my front pieces get way curlier than the rest of my hair. So even though that these things look short, they're actually a hell of a lot longer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like beautiful ringlet curls, man. Like I love those curls.
See how long this is?
So mine's not quite that curly.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm concerned about, I guess, is because when I do, I usually put it back.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about it if we go too short on that, having an issue with it when I put it back.
Where do you normally pull it? Like back here or up?
Pretty much to the top of where it's shaved underneath.
Okay.
Give or take, depending on what kind of hat I'm wearing.
Yeah, I think we could do just a tiny bit. Not much.
I trust you, bro. Like my hair grows pretty fast, to be honest.
Yeah.
So whatever you think, because and most of the time it's only down when I'm playing music or on stage.
Yeah, and it's not actually about taking it like much shorter. It's about just taking that little bit of that length, just so it doesn't get so heavy right through here. I don't want to layer it.
I trust you.
Well, cool.
There's a reason when you hit me up, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I was so excited. I was like, yes. I can get my death metal singer.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, because when I saw that you were doing music, and I was like, oh, cool. And then like I feel like this is what happens with social media. If you don't interact with their account,
it gets hidden.
It gets hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, your account like popped up again in the stories or something through the ether. And what happened was, I was like, whoa. It was like you were posting a clip of like a video. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this is brutal.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is dope. You guys are like doing like 8 strings?
No, 7 strings. No, my guitar player, he hasn't really expressed an interest in the 8 strings. And like, to me, I've been in bands with 6-string guitars that sound heavy. I think it's all just how you play and what you play.
And what you tune to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't
if you're playing like
either A or the G or A. I forget, dude. Honest.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, my dream guitar doesn't even exist. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I want a 7-string, but I want it to look like a Telecaster, like a regular Telecaster.
Yeah, you'd have to go with like a.
I want Fender to make a Telecaster with a baritone neck, 7-string, and I want it to look like a relic. If they could do Jim Root's,
the relic style.
They could do Jim Root's Telecaster, but with a baritone neck and a 7-string, I'd be happy. I don't like that immediately. If you're picking up a 7-string or an 8-string, they make the guitar look metal. Or they make it look dark. I'm like, I don't want that. I want a regular looking guitar.
There's Steph Carpenter's, but they're not. That doesn't look like a regular Telecaster.
No.
It's that same kind of body style.
Exactly, which is cool. By the way, they were dope on this last tour.
Well, the reason I hit up my guitar player, he got recommended to me because we share a mutual friend out here. She was like, well, hit up my buddy Chase. And I looked him up and he had a like sparkly green Steph Carpenter.
Yeah.
And it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen because of the green sparkle. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit this dude up. And then I found out
that's like
playing.
the least metal paint job I can think of.
Oh yeah. Like, I love it.
You know, it's a really cool guitar if you can find them because they don't make them anymore. Mm-hmm. It's the Jay Yogner Iceman from White Zombie. And it was green metallic and it was green and white stars all flaked. Look this thing up. It is.
Wait, hold on.
It's in one of the videos. They made them.
Was it Night? What's the name of that song?
Yeah, it wasn't in Thunder Kiss 65.
Thunder Kiss 65.
It wasn't that. It was probably in More Human Than Human or any of the other ones. It was off of Astro Creep for sure, that record. Nice. That's when he got this. And you could buy the Jay Yugner Signature Series.
Oh, shit.
And it's one of the few like Signature Series guitars. I'm like, oh, I want that one. Because the paint job's ridiculous.
Back when I played guitar and believed I would be this big guitar player.
Yeah.
Right? You know, in high school and whatnot. There was a guitar I always wanted and I never got.
Which was?
A Mockingbird.
Oh, BC Rich.
But it's a specific Mockingbird. It was the neon green, yellowish acrylic Mockingbird that
isn't that with Wasp?
From Coal Chamber.
Meigs.
Meigs from Coal Chamber. Yeah. And this is, I remember because there was a guitar ad or their Guitar Center ads. It was him when he had the nostril piercing with the chain.
I remember
and he's sitting there looking all like rad and he's holding the guitar and it's acrylic. And I just remember being like, that's the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, you know. But then I found out like acrylic guitars are awful.
They're really heavy.
And they change, the intonation can mess up all the time from the different elevations and things like that. And
I think the only guy I know who can like play one of those things and never has to, and probably makes it sound great is John 5.
Oh, yeah, John 5.
Dude,
what can he do?
I have a John 5 story.
Okay. I never met him, so he just seems awesome.
So I was backstage at a Rob Zombie concert.
Okay.
And I don't know how it all happened. I forget. I mean, I know why I was there, but John is just walking around with one of those little mini battery amps.
Yeah.
The old Marshall. They go right onto your belt. And I'm not making this up. He's literally alternating between like arpeggiating sweeps and like bluesgrass chicken picking. And he's talking to you. Like he's having a full-on conversation. No hesitation. Just full on like, yeah, you know what was going on is like last week we were over here and he's doing all this shit that like I would need all of the bodily functions of my body to stop so I can focus on just getting the hands to work.
Oh yeah.
And he's just bluegrass chicken picking, sweeps, tapping, and he's just talking.
Yeah, he's incredible, dude.
He's insane.
That's like
he's so good.
I can't even imagine because I remember when I learned Layla from Eric Clapton when I used to play guitar.
Slow hand, yeah.
And I was doing, I was doing the hammer-ons, pull-offs, and then I was doing it up over here near, like the higher frets and whatnot. And I remember my family and I learned Crazy Train. I was playing all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And my family was just like, oh my God, wow. And I'm like, years later, I'm like, that was not
anything
compared to what people do now. I mean, Randy Rhoads was incredible when he did Crazy Train and whatnot. And the same with Eric Clapton is one of the best guitar players of all time. But like that stuff compared to the things that they're doing now, it's like completely different ballpark. And I remember my parents just being like, my parents and my grandma, my uncles just being like, holy shit, man, this could do something. And I'm like, it never did. You know what I mean?
Totally. So, I know what you mean by that. And it's, I'm going to use your clippers.
Yeah.
Which ones?
I also got my liners too, if you want to use the liners.
Okay.
It's up to
the
you.
Ones on the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
How do you like the pissed off barber ones?
Dude, I will never use another clipper ever again. I've used so many different clippers and they are so ergonomically like
balanced.
I love those clippers. Man.
I use the Stylecraft ones.
I used to have Stylecraft.
I like them because I can use them with like the micro USB. So I don't have to worry about bringing like a charger.
I think those have.
Oh, well, good to know.
Yeah, check it out when you
I will when I use them for sure.
But yeah, I don't know, and they're not expensive.
That's great. It's even better.
You might have to when you do these lines in there, you might need to fix them a bit,
Well, I want to look right now before I even see anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's actually pretty close, man. Your wife's been doing a great job.
She's amazing at everything.
And that's why you married her.
Dude, I don't know how I got her. I'm so
That's how I feel about my wife.
That's because you're a good
I'm like, one day she's going to wake up and go, what did I do?
Dude, I've had nightmares before. I'm losing my...
By the way, we're taking it to the skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm losing my brutal card here, though.
Why?
Dude, I've had nightmares before where I'll wake up, and I'm a very emotional dude, whatever. I'll wake up and I had a nightmare that my wife left me and I'm in a panic. And I'll wake up and she wakes up and she's like, "What's going on?" And I was like,
"You're here.
Holy shit, you're here." And she's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I'm still almost in the dream or in the nightmare. And I'm like, "I thought you left me." And she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
My wife and I have had those dreams about us, like each other.
Oh, dude.
It's like, I had a dream that you left. I'm like, oh my God, that's a total nightmare. That's not a dream. You know?
It's awful.
And I've definitely had I've had that same experience. So I've woken up and I'm like, oh my God, that is the worst like nightmare of my life.
It's awful. And like she's had them about me too.
I don't think you lose a brutal card for that, man.
I remember, this is funny. Speaking of that, when I was in barber college, and this was when people like, the fans of that band I was in, they were really pissed off I had quit the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to get messages all the time or whatever. And, you know, like I said, I like all music. Like,
oh yeah.
You know, I and stuff. And I posted A Day to Remember. I posted Homesick or one of the songs. And I've been into A Day to Remember since their first album, well, their first popular album anyway, you know, for those who have heart. And I posted A Day to Remember. And I remember some kid literally messaging me, "You lost your brutal card."
Wait. Are you doing death metal voice? Do I have to respond in death metal voice?
Oh, I wasn't trying to.
You did I think you did death metal voice.
Oh, no.
So what did you say?
Some kid was like, "You lost your brutal card.
How dare they?"
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was just the weirdest thing. I was like, "I lost my brutal card, man. What the hell are you talking about, dude?" You know, and yeah. But that was, you know, funny little thing. But yeah, it's wild, man. My wife is from Australia. We met on Instagram.
Yeah.
I slid into her DMs, as they say, and started talking to her about her pug that is now half my pug. And she was in the middle of moving from Australia to Vancouver.
And you decided to like pause that?
Well, so this is what happened. So in Vancouver, it is very easy for Australians to move there and get a 2-year work visa. It's like a huge thing. So there's at any given time, there's a huge population of Australians working in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And she had done it before and she loves Vancouver, man. If she could, like, if we could move, she would probably want to go there, you know? And I was like, well, you're moving out here. I know you're going to the East Coast for a week, but why don't you come stay with me for a week, you know?
Yeah.
And this is after us talking for a little bit. And she came and stayed with me for a week, and it was amazing. Our first date was at Disneyland. Yeah, because I like to do it big, you know what I mean? And,
2 strikes on the brutal card.
Bro, I know. And she had never been to Disneyland, so I was like, I'm going to look suave as fuck right now. I'm going to take her to Disneyland for our first date. And plus my mom works there, so, you know. My mom was like, yeah, sure, here you go.
Mom!
Yeah, Mom, make me look good. You know. And we were doing the long distance thing for a while, and then I was like, well, why don't you come move down here with me? The longest you can stay on a tourist visa is 3 months. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, and I have my son's getting to the age of where he's starting to ask about you more because she would come visit and stuff, you know? And I'm like, and if the 3 months, the click's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
If 3 months, and I haven't adjusted those at all, by the way, those are completely stock.
I honestly wanted to see how close they got before I went and used the trimmers.
It's pretty wild, right? Yeah.
It's so quiet.
And there's 2 speeds and both speeds are very quiet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's wild, dude. And those, I mean, I sprayed them earlier, obviously, but you know, like.
Okay, here we go.
These ones, yeah.
And everything's so quiet. All right. So she's
yeah. So
carry on.
So she's like, I don't know. I just got my place here and stuff. And thankfully her friends up there were like, we'll keep your spot open for you. If you want to come back up, you know, we'll just tell whoever rents this room out that there's a possibility that, you know, in 3 months they might not be able to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked her mom, and, you know, I love my mother-in-law. Her mom was like, it sounds like you're pretty crazy about this, dude. You only live once. Go try it out. What's the worst that could happen? You know, you could end up not liking it and you still get to go live where you want to live. And her job in Vancouver was like, yeah, you've worked here before and we'll always hold a job for you. Right. So she came down and we were, you know, and literally within the second week of her staying, I was looking at rings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I knew. I knew just like that.
Isn't it funny when you hear old men go, "You'll know when you know." You always see it in movies, and you're like, all right,
sure,
yeah, that only exists in the movies.
Yeah,
and then that one day, it's like all of a sudden you've come out of a hangover, and you're just looking at your life, and you're going like, if I don't ask them to marry me, I'm making the biggest mistake of my life.
Oh yeah.
And I understand that because I'd have clients go like, well, like I'm never going to get married. I don't ever believe in getting married. That's what I said. They're like, wait till you find the perfect person. I'm like, perfect person doesn't exist. Maybe my standards are too high. Maybe my standards are just too ridiculous. Never going to happen. Then all of a sudden, it's like, it wasn't 2 weeks. It was pretty early on where I was like, okay.
Well, we had been dating for about 8 months at that time.
Okay.
So it was living together for 2 weeks, but she would come and stay with me for a week at a time.
You get to know somebody.
Yeah.
Close proximity. Yeah, but I get it, man.
It's funny because you said, the perfect this and that. And when you end up finding that person, you end up falling in love with them and knowing they're the one because of their imperfections.
It's funny.
That's
that's absolutely valid. But the thing that I always think about is for me, somebody asked me, actually, it's funny. My son, he's 8. He goes, how did you know that you wanted to marry mama? Right? It's a good question to ask. Makes sense.
Insightful.
Yeah. He's my son is making my wife and I go, there has to be reincarnation because he asked. No, I'm serious. Like
old soul.
Totally. Right.
Yeah. Kids are amazing, man. Marvelous.
And I said, well, I had other girlfriends before your mom. He's like, okay. I go, which is normal. That's what you do. You date people, try to find who's your person.
It's all interviews.
I said though, and I mean this, and I'm curious if this is how it is with you, is when I think about my life, it's like I had a life before her and I have a life with her, but the life, I don't know how I got through life before I had her in my life. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's like every time I think about stuff, I'm like, oh yeah. And like, you were there. She's like, I was not there. I was 17. You were 17. We didn't know each other. It's like, I feel like when I'm with her, she's been in my life my entire life.
Yeah, 100%.
And
she's your normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And when you feel that, it's like, holy crap. Like I get that. And that's how I explain it to my son. I go, when you meet that person and they feel like they've been in your life, your whole life, and for sure they haven't, because you just met them. That was my indication. I go, it might be different for everybody.
Well, I'm not one who's in the I try not to be one of those people who just trashes and badmouths their past relationships and exes and whatnot. Because at one point that was everything, right?
Dude.
But I have been in the life before where I've had the worst for me.
Yeah.
Bring out the worst in each other. And they've literally been the worst when it comes to how compatible we are. So my thing is, I've had the worst. I got the best. So I wanted to make sure I kept the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it. Like I tell people all the time, they go, what was it? I go, she liked heavy metal. She liked Star Trek, and she doesn't like dancing.
Oh, there you go.
It was like, I never had to worry about getting dragged out onto a dance floor ever.
Yeah.
Ever again.
I'm not much of a dancer. So
yeah. I love making music. I feel music, but I don't feel like my limbs are going to move in a synchronized rhythm to the music. Does that make sense?
No, I feel it 100%, dude. Yeah.
I feel like I can move my head,
you can feel the groove. That doesn't mean that your body can move the way you want it to or would want it to.
All of my movements are usually air drums or guitar.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to be that guy who's like going,
why? That guy's awesome.
Hey, man. I remember this little brush. I'm going to use this to get the...
That's from Andrew, dude. You look at that thing. It has seen better days, bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I think boar
love
bristles, like they go through, they go through seasons. Like once that round brush with boar bristles can't be used for that, it becomes something else. It just keeps evolving.
That's a good point.
Into something new. How's this feel? Does this feel better?
Oh yeah. I just remember that what's funny about that brush is Andrew was getting them sent to him.
Yeah.
Right. And I had no idea that level of brush or how much those brushes go for.
That's like $100 brush.
Dude. And he's like, oh yeah, they sent me a bunch. I have an extra one. I really like him. And me and him were friends, obviously. And I think he kind of wanted to take me under his wing a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, here you go, man. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. And then he was like, yeah, it's a good company. It's called, Ibiza and stuff.
It is Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked it up and I'm like, holy shit, Andrew. Why did you give me this? He's like, oh, dude, it's great.
Yeah.
So
I remember he sent me a whole bunch of brushes, Aaron. And he sent me that little brush and he was telling me like what everybody uses it for. And I was like, man, I started using it for blow drying bangs.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, all the literature, great for bangs. And I was like laughing and I'm like, I was like, that's great. I was like, that's so funny.
Well, it's like the way ever since I've had that brush, and this is years now, by the way, right? I rarely use the paddle brush. I used to only be Denman guy. And then Andrew gave me that. And the way I tell my clients when I tell them what to, different brushes, I always preach blow drying. I always will. You know what I mean? I'm like, the blow dryer is what styles the hair. The product is the icing on the cake, the cut in the blow dry, that's where the style comes from. And I tell people, I'm like, that's for pushing hair. The paddle brush or the Denman is for pulling hair.
Yeah.
And they're always like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, you want your curly hair straight? I can push it better with that than I can pull it with that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Being that you go on tour, have you ever thought about, or have you ever like cut hair on tour?
Yes, I have.
Or like fans, like a little pop-up barber?
So there's a few things with that. It depends on the time of the year because the weather is a huge contributing factor.
You do it outside.
Most venues don't want you to do it.
Cut hair?
They don't want you to do it in the venue. Yeah, it's weird. So I've had to brave the elements and do it outside. I brought an Easy Up with me. I brought like a cheap little chair and my whole toolkit. Like I take everything in a Pelican.
Yeah.
And it works and fans were really stoked about it. But cutting someone's hair in super hot Texas weather outside of the venue in the parking lot while they're sweating is just not the move.
Yeah.
It's awful. Or rainy, like in Seattle when it's raining and I have to be in a little alleyway next to the venue and I'm like, I have terrible lighting and I can't do this. And
too bad there wouldn't be like a salon or somebody like that who would host you just for like that.
My manager actually said something to me about that. He's like, well, dude, we can do guest spots everywhere and stuff. And I'm like, the only issue with me would be the legality of it. Because I know certain states don't like you to be an outside of state barber licensed doing it.
I think you could do a loophole with that.
Think so?
I think the loophole is what they would do is they'd have to purchase it as part of a VIP package. And then they'd pay for it. And it's already it's like I'm getting paid to teach haircutting, but I don't have a license in that state because you're allowed to teach, you're allowed to get paid. So I think the loophole is that there's no money being exchanged in that state. It's all part of a VIP package.
I mean, because it's like
I would look into it.
Essentially, what I was doing essentially was technically illegal anyway, cutting their hair and charging in a different state for it. But I mean, that's a good point. You can
make it like a VIP experience.
Yeah, I've contemplated it. And another thing too, what I've noticed is not every band, but some bands. I've been very fortunate in the bands I've toured with that have been bigger than us. Don't care, but some bands do not want you to do that on their tour.
I get it. I understand. Yeah, I mean,
but I'll bring my stuff with me on tour, and I'll cut my bandmates' hair. I'll cut other bands that were on tour hair. And it's rad. They'll paint. They throw me money to do it. Which I mean, we're on tour together. It doesn't really, you can pay me if you want, but you're just like me. You're a musician on tour, probably not making a whole lot of money.
I feel like it's like hairdressers. Like if you and I are friends and we're hairdressers, like I'll cut your hair, you cut my hair.
That'd be sick.
It's like I look at like why do we need to exchange money? Like it's one thing if I don't know you and I'm booking an appointment at your salon.
100%.
But if you already know each other, friends, like I would never in a million years, if Andrew, let's use Andrew as an example, right?
Oh, I would have
never charged him, and I never did. And like when they were,
I offered to pay him, and he's like, he didn't. He was no.
I cut his wife's hair when they were out in
He cut my wife's hair.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, they were out, and she's like, I'm like, I'll cut your hair. He's like, when? I go right now. Let's go.
That's so
go to the
cool.
studio. So we just went to the studio, which is in our house, and I was cutting her hair, and I'm like, I don't even think they said anything. I'm like, no, don't even. Like, I felt like insulted. Like,
that's the kind of the thing. It's like I the But then I have other friends who will come and they'll book an appointment with me and they won't let me not take, you know what I mean? Because they're like, no, I'm booking your time during your day. We're not doing it after hours. We're not doing these things. I'm taking money from you essentially by booking it during your day.
Yeah.
And they get upset if I don't let them pay me.
Yeah. I think,
I charge them cheaper though. I'm like, no, don't give me the entire thing. No.
Yeah. And I think our line of industry can get a little like, between clients and friends and friends and clients. And, like where's that balancing of like, what are they like, how, at what point is it now more friend than client? And,
that's the thing. It's like,
it's a hard one. So I believe in like the only people I will not charge is if you're on my podcast.
Okay.
That's one thing. So don't worry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
We didn't discuss that. No, is that, and if you're my family, my family. And then outside of that, if we're hairdressers and I'm like, and they're complaining about something, like if you're like, there's this one spot, like, here, let me get it. Like, let me just help you have a better day.
Oh yeah.
I look at that because hairdressers, like, we don't really get a lot of time to get our own hair done.
Dude, that's the thing.
That's why, next time you're in Austin.
Well, I do have a tour coming up.
Are you going to play Austin?
I'm pretty sure it's going to Austin.
I hope I'm in town.
I'm the tour is the beginning of November to the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And then we might have another one coming up. So that's us, Ingested. This is a really heavy tour. Us, Ingested, a band called Distant, who are our buddies as well.
Yeah.
Those two are our buddies. Another band called Cell, which I just got introduced to. And then a band called Crucifixion.
Okay.
So it's a real heavy tour.
Nobody's ever called the band Crucifixion before, or they're an older band?
I don't know, honestly. It sounds like a very...
It feels like that, so, right? Like that would have been like one of the first names.
Well, it's like Death, right? The band Death.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the death metal band Death. Chuck, he pretty much started death metal essentially, right?
Exactly.
Tampa was like the death metal of the world, right? But then you find out there was a band in the 70s called Death. And they were incredible and they were pre-Ramones.
Yep.
And like, dude, Word Attack. Or not Word Attack. It's a different band. Shit, I can't remember the name, but I watched that documentary and Death is awesome. That band is great too.
Yeah.
But you would think that would be a really popular name. But then again, it's also if a band's active.
Yeah.
I mean.
There was Nirvana and there was a band in the 70s called Nirvana and they had to like basically buy the rights off of them. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Sometimes those band names have been taken. Yeah. But it comes out to like how much notoriety did they get?
Oh, true.
Because like there's Bush, which we know with Gavin Rossdale.
That's there you go. There's a weird band for me. Dude, Razorblade Suitcase. Dude, Bush is one of my favorite bands. Dude, Gavin Rossdale's freaking voice, man. Or Creed. I love Creed. There you go.
I can't. No.
What?
Yeah. Fine. You're allowed to have bad
Mark
Tremonti's amazing.
One of the most underrated, incredible guitar players.
Hang on. I will say this. My beef with Creed was always the vocals.
You don't like Yardling?
No. I like Mark. I've met Mark with his other band, Alter Bridge.
Yeah.
Great band. Phenomenal. Great. Everyone was super cool in that band. Like everyone was really cool. Musician. But talking about, you said, oh my God, I'm having like a complete brain fart.
Dude, it happens.
I know I'm getting old.
It's going to come to you before you go to bed.
I know. But we're talking about bands.
Guilty Pleasure.
No Guilty Pleasure. It was about band names like the band Death. Oh, Bush. So Bush. In Canada, there had to be called Bush X because there's another band called Bush.
Yeah.
And they had to change all of their shit because of that.
One of my favorite current bands right now. Well, I mean, they've been around for a minute, but I just currently kind of found out about them a couple of years ago.
Oasis?
Hey, all right. It's a band called Kubla Khan. But I'm pretty sure because there was a band from Orange County called Kubla Khan years ago.
Okay.
And Kubla Khan's huge. This one I'm talking about, they're from Texas. And I think it's like Kubla Khan or something like that.
What kind of music is it?
It's like hardcore.
Okay.
Really good hardcore. They're one of my favorite bands. But yeah, because I remember I heard Kubla Khan, the name, and I was like, wasn't there a band years ago called Kubla Khan? But it's different. Or there's so many bands, especially in our scene, that they have the same names, but they'll change a little bit of it so it's not the same. You know what I mean?
That gets confusing.
Yeah. I found out after, I picked the name for our band out of the air one night because I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, oh, dude, what's, we're playing the typical evil metal themes. It's fun, right? And I was like, Sulfur. everybody talks about sulfur. And I was like, Ov Sulfur, O-V, traditional, actual, true spelling, English spelling of, right? And then I found out a few months later, there's a band from Europe called Drowned in Sulfur. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's
sulfur.
Yeah, and they're a sick freaking band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what was that? I'm pretty sure there's a Slipknot song called Sulfur. I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, one of the biggest band in our genre, the biggest band in the world in our genre right now, a band called Lorna Shore.
Yeah, I know they are.
They put out a song called Oblivion.
Yeah.
Our first EP is called Oblivion.
Oh man.
But I mean, it just happens, right? Yeah. They put out a song which, your album doesn't get released until like a year later, usually, give or take if you're with a label, something like that, Yeah. So we have a song called Evermore that comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? Lorna Shore has a song on their new album called Forevermore. But it happens. It's not like anybody, like I said, I wrote the lyrics for that song over a year ago. Yeah. And I'm sure they did too. So it's like, you end up just like having the similar things you write about or the similar things you want to name. It's just, it's one of those funny things.
You just think that like it's the same genre, a lot of lyrical content that overlaps. Surprising that in the 90s there wasn't more bands writing about heroin.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
there's a lot of dying of heroin, but there wasn't a lot of like writing about it.
Or at least we didn't know. Like, maybe. I feel like every Pearl Jam song was about heroin.
I don't think Eddie Vedder wasn't into that.
He was a huge heroin addict, wasn't he?
No.
I could be wrong.
I know that the singer from Mother Love Bone, that's how he died of an overdose, I believe. Speaking of Yardling, which is funny because they have different generations of Yardling, they consider it, right? Yeah.
Creed's like part of the second generation, I think it is. Second wave of Yardling.
Yeah.
I think. That was.
See, I love Eddie Vedder's voice.
I agree. Eddie Vedder was the first
Yardler.
He was the Yardler.
Yeah.
And Pearl Jam's one of my favorite bands. Yellow Ledbetter is one of the best guitar licks of all time. Guitarists of all time.
So good.
But there's a band called Days of the New.
Yeah.
Shelf in the Room.
Mm-hmm. I know that. It was basically all acoustic grunge.
Yes. And that guy's voice was technically Yardling, but it was the best version of Yardling besides Eddie Vedder, in my opinion.
I agree.
And from what I think he was like 16 or in his late teens. And I'm pretty sure he died young of a heroin.
Oh man.
Like so many of them did.
Well, it was also like that first Stone Temple Pilots record. He was able to do that too. And then after that, like that third record, his voice went higher, but it was like, dude, Scott was just such an insane.
Well, dude, that's like Scott or Lane.
I think those are, to me, like those are like your iconic like singers. Like the singer that I think about a lot that you don't hear a lot about is like Shannon Moon of Blind Melon. Blind Melon. Like if you listen to his voice,
my God,
he's great. And matter of fact, he sings
that Bumblebee video.
He sings backup on Guns N' Roses songs. He's from the same part of like Indiana as Axl. They both grew up or something like that.
No way.
Stopped recording.
Oh, damn. We just lost so much good content.
I have to interrupt this because this may seem like a really like harsh break in the editing, but it was a forced edit. And during that time, all we did is we talked about Yardley, death metal, and I just shaved the underneath. So we didn't miss much on an actual technical level, but we did miss some great content. So the question is, do I want to pause this? And then just show a photo of us.
And we just continue all the audio by itself, which we could do. I'll have to figure this out. But we're basically done now. So here's my question for you, dude. What's going on with your band? And going on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new single coming out tomorrow. By the time this goes live, it'll be out. It'll already be out. What are some things that how can people find you?
Instagram, the band is just Ov Sulfur, OVSULFUR. Me, it's I am Ricky Hoover on everything, basically.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on all of the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, our new song, Evermore, comes out tomorrow. And the tour is November to December, and it's Ingested, Distant, Us, Cell, and Crucifixion. So yeah, and then we're working on some other stuff to be announced later.
But you won't tell me.
No, yeah, I can't at the moment. I'll tell you off camera.
You gotta tell me now.
There we go.
I'll do it off camera, but I'll keep the mics recording.
Yeah.
We'll have a hot mic.
I mean, I'm pretty sure by the time this goes up, it'll be like we have a new album coming out as well. And we're working on some other tours and stuff. Yeah, nothing super confirmed. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So are you at a really fun spot in life where you just everything you do is just fun, full of passion and joy and fun, and it doesn't feel like a job, or you feel like you have multiple jobs because you're wearing one hat as a father, one hat as a husband, one hat as a barber, one hat as a singer of Ov Sulfur, right? That's a lot of hats to wear.
I think all of those hats involve creativity, so I have to keep myself busy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends and family and clients are always just like, dude, you're so busy all the time. And it's like, if I don't keep myself busy, it's hard for me to exist in the state of just being, like I have to always constantly be doing something. So I don't know if it necessarily feels like work all the time, or if it just feels like life, I guess. I've always been very like, I think the path to success lies within obsession.
That's a good one.
I firmly believe in order to be successful, you have to be obsessed with what you're trying to accomplish. That's always been me in music, that's always been me in everything, like life in general, like I wanted to be in a touring band. I drove 8 hours up north to try out for a band that was looking for a singer at 4 a.m. And that was Suffokate, the band I ended up being with and a band I ended up touring all over the world with. But I was obsessed with doing it so much where I borrowed my mom's car. I said, Mom, I'm driving 8 hours up north. I've never done it before. And she's like, why? Like, she didn't like me doing it. And I did it. Or, like with this new band, I've been obsessed with, or with opening my spot, I've been obsessed with it. It's just, or when it comes to doing hair, like I used to watch movies with my dad and he hated watching movies with me because I called out all the inconsistencies in the hair. And stuff. You just have to be obsessed in order to achieve success. Just one of my things. It's kind of neurotic, but it works.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think you have to be obsessed. I also think you have to, it's another level of passion, obsession and passion.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be the best father you can, right?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with my children.
Yep.
You're obsessed with your children. I'm obsessed with my wife. I want to be the best version of myself and a partner I can be for her.
Yeah.
So I text her all day. I talk to her as much as I can because I'm obsessed with her. I think obsession is okay, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what I live by. If I want to be successful, I have to be obsessed.
Yeah. And it works.
So far.
Exactly. Well,
so
dude,
far.
I wish we had the video. But we have the audio. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to put a really ridiculous photo of you and I.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just going to carry, and I'm going to put text like, video stopped recording.
I mean, honestly,
I think I'm just going to do that.
This is probably one of the best conversations I've had in a long time.
Really?
100%. It was fun. It was easy. Nothing felt, it's not scripted. It's just two guys who enjoy each other's company talking about life. And I think that is really good content.
I don't like doing research. So I don't like knowing much. Like, I already know enough about you, but I don't want to know more. I'm like, I should save those things for here. Not to mention, when you talk to somebody, I remember I used to do the hair of this guy. And if you knew who he was on TV, you may or may not like him, right? He owned something called Trinity Broadcasting Network. Remember in Orange County, off the 405, that giant opulent building by South Coast Plaza that did all the evangelical?
Okay. Yeah.
That was my client.
Wow.
Not the particular brand of life for me. But I will tell you, the cool thing is when you get to know somebody who may, from a distance, be diametrically opposed to everything you are, right? And then you get to talk to someone on a human level. It was really cool to be able to talk to somebody and actually get to know that person.
Yeah, outside of those things. Yeah.
Outside of the personality they play on camera or the personality they let the world see, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so interesting to see so many people who I know exude this level of confidence, but when you actually get to know them, you realize they're actually
vulnerable,
absolutely vulnerable. And so it's like, that's the kind of stuff that I like. And I like getting to know people. And it's like cool because like, if they look at your music videos, if anybody comes on, you're like, I'm gonna go check out that Ov Sulfur band. And they see your videos, which I would recommend see the videos because I think metal is like a visual and audio assault. It has both, right? And they're gonna hear that, like, wow, here's this nice, calm, very well-spoken, well-mannered individual, and your music is so abrasive.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Like if I'm for the longest time, if I wanted something that was like brutal, it was Gorgoroth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I did not know. Damn. Okay.
But you didn't know
And I didn't before today.
Yeah. Gorgoroth. I'm like, oh, that Radic song.
Awesome, dude.
That song.
Oh my God.
It's so good. Like my oldest son loves that song too. Yeah, he's 8, loves that shit. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is so sick, right? And then not that you and Gorgoroth are the same, but you have the intensity. And what I've realized, what I like in metal, again, I'm getting back to my soapbox, is I love bands that have a certain level of intensity.
Yeah.
It's not about playing the fastest. It's not about playing the slow. It's like down or something like that, right? Like just chug.
Oh, yeah.
It's about how intense is the music, right? And that's why like Slayer still holds up. That's why Pantera still holds up, right? Like there's certain bands that like, yeah, they're fast and they're technical, but like they're not as intense. Like I've heard a lot of djent bands, but to me, like I know, like, but I've been into Meshuggah since 1994. So for me, it's like when I hear Meshuggah and I hear all that shit, and people are like, have you heard this? I'm like, have you heard of Meshuggah?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that a band influenced an entire subgenre of
metal.
A subgenre.
And some of these guys don't even know who they are. I remember I had these kids who are like 16. They're like, have you heard of this band? It's called djent. I'm like, what is djent? I've never heard this, right? And they're like, get their iPhone on. They're playing me. There's
all polyrhythms, just like Meshuggah's been doing forever.
Yeah, and I'm like, have you heard of this? And they go, oh, these guys totally ripped off djent. I'm like, this came out in 1994.
Yeah, dude.
And they're like, wait, what? I'm like, dude.
It's wild, you know. The thing about it is to me, if it's creative, it's a form of art. Hair is art.
I agree. And I think good art invokes a feeling.
Also, good art is not safe, and safe art is not good.
So I would say like good art evokes a feeling, which means even art I don't like is considered good art because it produces strong emotion.
Yeah.
Either you love it or you hate it.
That's the job.
That's exactly it. So it's like you could have like my favorite artist is H.R. Geiger. I have a H.R. Geiger lithograph in my house.
Damn.
Yeah. So I have that. I do not have any Thomas Kinkade in my house.
Okay.
But they, to me, are equally great because I don't want any Thomas Kinkade in my house. I have like a violent response to bright light windows and cabins and snowy winter wonderlands. But like, I know people who love it and I go, I'm so happy you love it. Somebody needs to buy his artwork.
Well, everything in life, even morality, right, is subjective.
Yeah.
Right. It's a bold statement, but it is based on how you grew up, where you grew up, what your culture, everything like that. Right. And art and anything else falls under that in my belief. And there's only a select amount of people in the world that get that emotional response from music or art.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that, which is crazy to me when I found out. But if my art, my music, my visuals, or our art production, or, the people we work with, who we chose because we like their art, right?
Yeah.
If any of that I have a hand in elicits any kind of response from you, whether it's a visceral hate or whether it's adoration or whatever, I'm doing my job as a musician, as an artist. The whole point is to elicit some kind of response.
I agree. I think that's what gets lost in translation.
Life is not safe. Music reflects life. Art reflects life. So it shouldn't be safe either.
Yeah. And again, everyone has a different limits of safety. And I notice that as a parent. Some parents let the kids do the most dangerous stuff, and other kids, they're worried about them choking on air. And there's parents in a variety of that. And it's, you got to pick your own level of safety.
There was quite a bit of time where I was a helicopter parent. My wife's like, what are you doing? They're going to be fine. And then you have your second one and you're like, yeah, she's fine. She's good. You know,
I definitely am more of the helicopter parent over my wife. My wife's the one like,
that's how my wife is.
She's like, they're going to be fine. And I think about all the things that I did. I didn't have any helicopter parent going on.
Dude, I'd be gone all day riding bikes at the skate park, climbing, doing anything I could, coming home with broken bones, concussions, bloody face. Like I did all of that shit. That's why my body hurts so much now. But but like my mom and dad are just like, you could not have handled you as a kid.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
couldn't.
Yeah, I'm just glad that like my kids aren't like that wild, that dangerous. But I was also discovering some interesting facts about children who are not allowed to have dangerous play become very dangerous adults. They're the person who doesn't know when to actually that limit of danger is because they never introduced to it, and it's all about their frontal cortex development.
Yeah.
I believe it's that either it's not the frontal cortex, but it's another part of the brain. Like it develops with that whole experience of fear and stuff like that. It was really interesting. And so it's like, you need to have, I call it safe, dangerous play. Like, hey, you can do this. Hey, by the way, if you don't follow this, you're going to get hurt. You have to like, let them know that there's a limit. But yeah.
You can't bubble wrap the world, man.
No, that'd be awful.
Yeah. Oh, my ankles keep cracking. Sorry if that shows.
I thought you were just making popping sounds.
No, that's my ankles popping and cracking because I broke them so many times as a kid.
Mine do that just all the time, but I never.
Probably you're on your feet too.
Yeah, that's true.
My hair looks incrable, dude.
I'm glad you like it.
This is wild. I'm bummed you don't live here because I'd probably get you to do it all the time.
No, you don't need to do it.
And I'd pay you.
You would not pay me. I wouldn't let you. But yeah, man, dude, look, I'm glad we got your dead ends off. We actually cut a lot more hair off than I thought we were going to cut off.
Yeah,
we did.
But it looks good.
Looks good. It's going to be nice when you're out on stage whipping it around. Do you do the little twirlies?
Yes, windmill.
The windmill.
Oh yeah.
Somebody told me that can actually agitate the brain, shaking it loose in the skull.
I mean, concussions when your brain moves, right? Says a contusion. I've had those. Yeah. Makes sense.
So be careful out there.
I have passed out on stage before in Texas.
Well, it's hot.
There's a video of it somewhere. I pass out 3 times in a row.
Oh.
And they try to pick me up and they can't. I was 260 at that time, so I was really big. And they couldn't pick me up, and the ambulance had to get called, and they hooked me up to all these machines. I was fine. I was just dehydrated.
Yeah.
Heat stroke.
Oh.
I was living on 3 to 4 energy drinks a day.
That's not good.
It was really bad.
Thank you for letting me into your space.
Thank you for coming, man. Yeah, Requiem.
I know. Any last words?
Check out our new album.
All right.
That's all I can say.
Adios. Later.